Welcome back. In this lecture, we will apply the principles that we garnered from the modeling of binary electrolytes to an important system, that is the lithium-ion battery. In the previous lecture, we saw how the coupling in a binary electrolyte, coupling between the anion and cation, born out of electron neutrality, helps us simplify the equations of relevance to the electrochemical transport. We would use such equations to analyze a lithium-ion battery. Just to begin with, we will introduce another term that's going to be of relevance. Especially in a system wherein there is no concentration gradient. So in some previous lecture, we had derived a form of Ohm's law for an electrolyte. Okay, so this we derived when when there is no concentration gradient in the electrolyte, and the equivalent of Ohm's law for an electrolyte was written in this manner. So what this term we define in terms of conductivity. So because of the importance of this term, we can define a new term called transference number. So why is this of importance? We can think that the current, overall current, is contributed via different species I, okay, different species I, with each species contributing to this much amount of current. The amount of contribution for a species I depends upon the mobility of the charged species, the concentration of the charged species, and the square of the valency of the charged species, right? So whether it's an anion or cation, this will be a positive number. So all these things can decide the extent of contribution towards the overall current. Okay? The extent of contribution for a particular species I towards the overall current. So this is the transference number, which is strictly defined for, or it can be defined for any system, but the interpretation is most complete for a system that doesn't have concentration gradient. So for a system that doesn't have concentration gradient, the transference number is defined in the following manner. Okay, so this is for a particular species I, transference number for a species I. Then there is a summation across all species. Okay, so this can be interpreted as the fraction of current carried by a particular species I. Okay, so because it's the fraction of current, sum of Ti would be 1. Okay, so all right. So let us utilize two concepts, that is aspects of binary electrolyte transport and this term that is introduced here, transference number, to analyze a lithium-ion battery. So just a schematic representation of lithium-ion batteries provided here. Again, this was discussed in one of the earlier lectures. So in a charged state, lithium-ion is present in the graphite anode. Okay, so that is the most common geometry that you use for a lithium-ion battery. So lithium-ion is intercalated into the graphite anode. And the cathode is made up of many different kinds of transition metal oxides. In this case, we are going to consider lithium cobalt oxide. So when the battery gets discharged, the lithium ion from the anode gets transported via the electrolyte and gets intercalated into the transition metal oxide, in this case, lithium cobalt oxide. So while this occurs, the voltage of the battery will get decreased, and eventually when the battery is completely discharged, the voltage will be zero. We will look at the chemical reactions that are of relevance here. During discharge, this compound, which is this compound, okay, gets converted to just pure carbon anode, and this lithium is let off from here. This lithium, which is represented here, will bind to this compound, forming lithium cobalt oxide. Okay, this is the lithium cobalt oxide. This is one type of important battery chemistry. So this reaction is exothermic, that is, the delta G is negative, because of which you get the voltage from a lithium-ion battery. Okay. All right. So that is the schematic representation of the battery chemistry we are going to be dealing with. The overall voltage is, okay, just to complete, during charging of the battery, these two reactions can be effectively reversed. Okay? The reversal is never complete. That's why you have some finite cycle life for a battery. But in principle, in an ideal battery, these two reactions can be reversed, and you can operate the cycle over and over again. And the overall voltage is given in the following manner. So let us apply the principles we derive for a general binary electrolyte. So we derived the molar fluxes for a binary electrolyte in the previous lecture. Applying those equations to the molar flux for a cation, you get this equation using Faraday's law. Okay, so you can also write the molar flux for an anion in the following manner. Using Faraday's law, you can convert the molar fluxes to current. In this case, the ion involved is lithium plus N is so we get the Faraday's law corresponding to that particular system is this. Because the anions do not contribute to any current, the Ni minus for the anion is 0. That provides Ni minus is 0, and the current contribution therefore is also 0. However, writing a balance equation, this equation for Ni minus provides an important constraint for the elimination of d phi by dx. Okay, so d phi by dx can be eliminated because this term is 0. You can write the d phi by dx in the following manner. We are going to use this expression to obtain the expression for n plus. Okay, this d phi by dx using this expression is incorporated into this equation so that we can get the expression for I. So this is what we did in the previous lecture too. Okay, we can write n plus in the following manner using this equation and this equation. I can get this equation, and I can get an effective diffusivity. It's a weighted average between the diffusivity of d plus and d minus. I can get the effective diffusivity. Okay. Let us use the definition of transference number, even though we define the transference number for a system that has no concentration gradient. We are going to use a form of transference number definition for this situation too. Okay, so here in this problem, there is concentration gradient. Even though we can define something like an average concentration, there are concentration gradients for this system, and you can define something like a transference number. It has certain utility. Let's see what is the utility. For example, the transference number for lithium plus is defined in this manner. Again, that depends upon the mobility of U plus, that is the mobility of lithium ion, and the charge on the lithium ion, right? So that's the way I'm going to define that. Okay, so you'll see what is the advantage of using an expression like this. There is certain elegance in the expression, mathematical expression you will get. So I'm going to use this expression, simplify or rewrite N plus in the following manner. All right. So applying the mass conservation equation for a binary electrolyte, I will get this expression. There are two expressions here, dou C by dou T, connected to this mass transfer fluxes. A battery is an inherently unsteady state problem. Okay, that is, the battery is always discharging. So there is, at a given cross section, there is a small change in concentration. There's a time variation in concentration, but we can use a pseudo steady state approximation analysis wherein we neglect this term and try to connect just the variation of concentration, spatial variation of concentration, and look at certain properties, the properties which we are, we will look at what are the properties that can be analyzed using such an approximation. Overall, to summarize, we're going to neglect this term, and neglecting this term gives a very simple expression. The mathematical equation that needs to be solved is just this equal to 0, which is a trivial equation to solve. And the solution from that can be coupled with the definition of transference number and can be obtained. The concentration expression can be written in the following manner. This is a simple thing. You can derive it trivially. I leave it to you to derive it. And what do you get? Okay, so what you get is the following expression. Okay, for different current densities, for increasing current densities, because I is present here, that is connected to concentration. So what are we plotting here? We are plotting the concentration of Li plus for across the battery. Okay, so along the x-axis, you have the distance from the anode, and I'm plotting the concentration of Li plus for different currents. Okay, so even though there is a concentration gradient, there is no accumulation in the electrolyte. So the concentration variation is over a particular point. Okay, that is the average concentration doesn't change. So it can be higher in some point, some regions, and lower in some region, but the average concentration remains one and the same. Let us notice one important feature. As you increase the currents that you can get, the variation in concentration is different. Okay, so there's greater variation in concentration as you increase the current density. Okay, as you increase the current that you can get. Okay, at low currents, there is effectively lesser variation in concentration, but as you increase the current, there is greater variation in concentration. This has certain consequence. There are two consequences. Okay, so when the battery gets discharged, the Li plus that is stored in the anode has to be taken up by the lithium salt. Okay, as the concentration of lithium increases, can increase, it is possible that there is no lithium salt present adjacent to the anode, which would impose an potential penalty. Okay, so that is something like a mass transfer limitation. Okay, likewise, the concentration in such condition, that is at high current density, the concentration that is present in the vicinity of cathode can also become lesser. Okay, so this would impose a potential penalty. We'll analyze these cases further. I'm just qualitatively describing this. This is going to be called as concentration over potential or concentration polarization, which we will discuss in probably 2 lectures from now. So this is something that is to be avoided in a lithium-ion battery. What is to be avoided? That is, if when you operate at very high currents, there are mass transfer constraints associated with very high concentration at the anode and at the cathode. Very high concentration at the anode might result in a certain mass transfer limitation associated with the salt that is to take up the lithium ion from the anode, and there can be very less quantity of lithium plus in the electrolyte, because of which lithium plus cannot be intercalated into the cathode. Okay, this is going to impose some potentials. We'll look at this, we'll analyze this further in a subsequent lecture. But within the scope of this lecture, what you should be able to appreciate is the variation in concentration across the battery as you change the current. There is another thing that is to be noticed is N plus. If you look at this expression, N plus is related to the transference number of lithium plus. Okay, so if you keep increasing the transference number of lithium plus, if you keep increasing this number, 1 minus T plus becomes lesser and lesser, this term is going to increase. As this term increases, the dou C by dou X is going to be lesser and lesser. Okay, with the increase in concentration, transference number of lithium plus, okay, the concentration gradient is going to be lesser and lesser. Okay, as we saw, as we will also see further, increase in concentration gradient, the steeper the concentration gradient, is going to have greater energy potential penalty via, you will see that quantitatively in a subsequent lecture. But within this lecture, what you should be able to appreciate is, if you can increase the transference number, the concentration gradient that is generated is going to be less. So if you can increase the transference number by increasing the mobility of lithium plus in the electrolyte, effectively you're going to suppress the concentration gradient. That's going to be useful for us. You will see why. But at least mathematically, one thing to be noticed is increase in T plus is going to suppress dou C by dou X. Overall, what we have done in this lecture is that we have utilized the equations of binary electrolyte. Okay, so binary electrolyte follows this approximation. Okay, so the simplification actually, and applied the equations of a binary electrolyte to simplify the many different equations that are of relevance to electrochemical transport, and the coupling that is obtained in a binary electrolyte gives you a simplified set of equations. And the simplified set of equations helps you eliminate mathematically del phi and get the current expression for a cation. Okay, so we saw these current expressions when we analyze copper electrorefining. We utilize the same set of equations to analyze a lithium-ion battery in this lecture. With that, I will stop here, and we will move on to the final set of simplification, which we will elaborate in the subsequent lecture. The final set of simplification will be obtained via the mass transfer correlation. Thank you.